Hello everyone. Today we are presenting our mini project called SoulSync, an AI-powered personalized mental health companion. It's designed to support users emotionally through intelligent and empathic conversation, anytime and anywhere. Today, mental health issues like stress, anxiety, depression are growing rapidly. But still, most people don't seek help because they don't have access to the therapist. Therapists are very costly. They feel embarrassed or judged, and they don't have anyone to talk to at the right moment. So people suffer silently. To solve this problem, we built SoulSync, an AI-powered emotional support companion that users can talk to anytime. Solving understand their emotion, respond supportively, and help them to feel better through the conversation. Not only that, if the users express self-harm, the system will detect it and immediately alerts a trusted contact through Telegram. So we provide privacy, emotional support, plus emergency safety.
So here is our solution, SoulSync. So let's see how our front end works. We made our app using Next.js, TypeScript, and Tailwind. And we are using Electron to make the app a desktop application. So let's get started with SoulSync. So this is the first thing you see, a login page. Let's sign up for a new account. Here the user will put the Telegram ID of their close ones who they want to notify when they're going through some mental distress. Right now we are supporting only Telegram, but in future we'll be supporting WhatsApp or other chat application that the user commonly uses. Now let's create the account. So this is the dashboard of SoulSync. It considers your mood to be normal at the beginning, and as you converse with the chatbot, it evolves with your mood. Now let's see how the chatbot works. So this is where you have your conversation with SoulSync. Now let's create a new chat and see how it detects your mood. As you can see, SoulSync detects that the user is going through some sadness, some depression, and it adapts the UI, the colors, and it detects that the user is depressed. And it also sends text to the user's close one, informing them that the user is going through some mental distress. Here you can see the user's close one have received a text from SoulSync.
Okay, now let's move on to the backend part of our project SoulSync. So, SoulSync has mainly three major backbones. First, the emotion classifier BERT model. Second, the response generator Microsoft Phi2 model. And third, Quen 3 LLM. So, the first emotion classification BERT model we have fine-tuned on sentiment analysis data. So, which predicts the sentiment of the user such as anxiety, depression, based on the input or the chat or the conversation it has with the chatbot. Second backbone is the response generator Microsoft Phi2 model. So, it generates context-aware mental health advice, and we have fine-tuned this Microsoft Phi2 model on human conversation data. Third is the personalization and refinement, which is done by the Quen 3 LLM. So what we are technically doing is we are combining the response or the output from BERT classifier, then Microsoft Phi2. And along with these two things, we are also giving the user input to the Quen 3 LLM. So the LLM generates a more personalized and well-structured advice for the user. So that is one of our uniqueness in the SoulSync project, that is more personalized responses. And moving next, if the response detected by the backend is very hazardous or in a way is very depressing or not good for the person's general health, so it also generates a telegram alert to their contact which the user has given. As you can see, first stage 1 is the emotion classification. Stage 2 is the response generation. 3 is personalization and refinement. And if emergency is detected, it will send the telegram alert. Now, moving on to the workflow from the starting to the end of the app. First of all, the user launches the app. Second, the daily mood check-in dashboard. Third, the user continues to chat with the interface or our chatbot. The user sends a message, then that message goes to the backend part. The whole backend is built on Python and using fast APIs. So, as soon as the message is reached, the message goes through all the three stages and a response is delivered, which response gets delivered back to the user through the chatbot. And in crisis detection, if suicidal or severe distress is detected, the Telegram bot sends an alert to the emergency contact. And one major uniqueness of SoulSync is also we maintain the memory of the chats. Suppose a simple single user comes to the chatbot and have a long conversation. So all the history of the chats are maintained or stored in the backend so that the LLM gives a more personalized response and based on the previous effects or previous conversations also. So as you can see, this is the memory of user 1. So everything that the user has had a conversation with the chatbot is stored here. That's what I was talking about. Okay, so let's talk a little about evaluation also. So we are achieving a accuracy of about 90% as well as a precision of about the 90%. And coming on to the emotion classification part, the precision, recall, F1 score and support of different emotions that is anxiety, bipolar, depression are shown as follows. So overall, in conclusion, this model or this chatbot is working really good and we are achieving good results. So this was about the backend part of our project SoulSync. Thank you.